Hello, welcome to the 5th video of Leading into Success. Of course, you know that I am Stephanie, and it's good to have you here today. We're going to be talking about tips for the LEED exam that me, Michael, and Chanel learned on the 3rd day of our prep course. So let's get started. One of the things that I found was interesting was a statistic, and it's about recycling. And we're going to start off with 95% of steel today is recycled content. It's also good to know the difference between pre-consumer recycled content and post-consumer recycled content, and that the USGBC likes post-consumer recycled content. Alright, also, we're going to be talking about rapidly renewable materials. Now, rapidly renewable materials involves things that grow fast, such as bamboo, cotton, wool, things that can be, in other words, easily replenishable. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about recycling, to use materials that can be used at a quicker rate than, say, fossil fuels. Also, we talked about indoor air quality. And one of the things about indoor air quality that we discussed was environmental tobacco smoke, or ETS. And one of the things about ETS that was interesting is that not only can you not smoke within 2 feet of a building, also people that are working on the construction of a building, whether it be sustainable or not, cannot smoke. And although that might be considered common sense, of course, not to smoke near a building because things might catch on fire, it's also bad to smoke when you're constructing a building because of what's called material sinks. In case you don't know, material sinks involves secondhand smoke. Material sinks are in which you have an item, say a wool chair, and it has unstable electrons in which it tries to get an electron of another element. And if you are smoking nearby, say, that wool chair will attract an electron from the smoke and keep it in the material, and then about a year or so it'll let it go. And when it lets it go, then that means that whoever is occupying the building or is around that chair at the time will receive secondhand smoke. That's why it is not a good idea to be smoking near constructed buildings, and there are actually laws against that. And that if you are smoking nearby a building, it takes credits off of LEED certification. Also, I'm going to talk about a quote that Robin presented to us, which I feel is very insightful and interesting. And it is this: sustainability is not black and white. Sustainability is many different shades of gray. And in a way, you can think of it as this: sustainability doesn't just apply to one circumstance or another. It applies to many different circumstances, whereas everything is not just in code. You may think that it is when you're studying for the LEED exam based on all the credentials that you learn, but also keep in mind that every building and every structure has its own needs. Therefore, sustainability does not have one specific situation that it applies to. It applies to all different realms of life and circumstances. Alrighty, thank you for listening to this video. Make sure you keep in tune with the rest of the series and with Michael and Chanel on their LEED journey. Thank you. Goodbye.